Hello guys, do you want to know how to measure your maximum strength and also how to see what's happening over time with your maximum strength? That is the time curve of how your climbing performance is going. Well, today with our friend Team Index Progress 200 and our friend Block 25, I'm going to teach you how to measure your maximum strength and how to see what's happening over time, what's happening to you today, tomorrow, the day after, in a month or in a year. And with that, you can know how your performance is, how your finger strength is, if it has improved, if it has worsened, why it improved, why it worsened, etc., etc. So guys, today it's very important how to measure your maximum strength and what happens with it as time goes by. A hug. Now, let's measure maximum strength, but more important than measuring maximum strength is knowing what happens over a time. Because if today I pull 40, I pulled 40, and I don't know what's going to happen in a month with that maximum strength, a single measurement is useless to me. Now it's different to know that, okay, today I pulled 40, tomorrow I pulled 42, the next day I pulled 40, then I pulled 39, then I pulled 40, then I pulled 44, then I pulled 45, then I pulled 40. And if I keep giving all these numbers, at first one might get organized. Oh, it seems like it went up. Oh, but it seems like it went down. Oh, but it seems like it went up. Oh, but it seems like it went down. And if you only see numbers and don't see a curve, you don't know what's happening over time. So what do we have for that? Our friend Tindeq and our friend Block 25. Here I am with the application. A short notice finger strength course on Tindeq lasts 5 hours. Finger strength planning course lasts 7 hours. The videos are already recorded, so if you want them, you can buy and watch them immediately. And if you also want to train with me, just write to me on Instagram, whether for the Tindeq finger strength courses, or finger strength planning, or if you want to train with me. And what I'm going to do now is open peak load, okay? Peak load is maximum strength. So I can see what happens with my curve. For example, I'm going to look at my curve, my own curve. So I go to filter, okay? I go to tag, right, left, and I search for myself. I search there. I have many students, so there's a lot of information here, okay? And I go to Gonzo 20, okay? I scroll down, and what you are seeing here, guys, what you are seeing here is my maximum strength over almost a year. I started measuring myself in March, systematically, and I haven't stopped until now, which is January, the end of January 2025. So from March 2024 to January 2025. And here I have everything that has happened with my maximum strength. In fact, here I see the curve, but I can enlarge the curve, okay? This was, for example, before I went to Cuba. I had trained well. Then in Cuba, I didn't measure myself anymore. When I returned from Cuba, my finger strength had dropped a lot because, of course, I had stopped doing specific finger work. Then I started training or specific finger work again. My strength went up. I went on my first trip to Spain. In Spain, I was climbing super well. Again, I returned, and again, my curve went way down. I started training again, and here I can see what happened. For example, in this part, I first did a specific maximum finger strength work, and in this part, I started doing repeater work. I already told you in another video. Remember that there is a lot of information about finger strength, especially in maximum strength, strength endurance, whatever you want. But in this specific part, I started doing strength endurance work. And as I already told you, strength endurance work tends to lower maximum strength a bit. And that's what happened in my curve. Then I entered specific maximum strength work, especially with heavy repeaters, which greatly improved my strength, and I had already worked on strength endurance. So I went to Spain like a titan. In fact, I did super, super well. I came back again. Again, it had dropped, not by much, but it had dropped. And then I had about a month and a half where I was tired, where I was already bored of training. And now lately, my curves have started to rise again because I'm preparing to go climb in Spain again, okay? So with this, I can know globally everything that has happened with my maximum strength, with my declines, with my plateaus, with my improvements, with my non-improvements, over an entire year, okay? And this is what you have to apply in the long term to know what is happening. Because besides, these curves can tell me, and on, look, by doing this exercise, I got worse. By doing this exercise, I improved. After each time I return from a climbing trip, I get worse. And that is a normal physiological situation that one has to know how to live with and what to do afterward. And that is part of the training. But to the point, let's set up a new session, right, left. A short announcement. Finger strength and Tindeq course lasts 5 hours. Finger strength planning course lasts 7 hours. The videos are already recorded, so if you want them, you can buy and watch them immediately. And if you also want to train with me, just write to me on Instagram, whether it's for the Tindeq finger strength courses, finger strength planning, or if you want to train with me. And we will know how my maximum strength is measured first. I repeat, I'm in the menu, I'm going to peak load. Here I'm going to set up a new session. I can be in single mode or right left. I'm going to set it to right left. I start the session. And my first measurement, let's assume I'm someone new. I don't have a tag. I don't have anyone there yet. So it's going to be my first measurement. So with my first measurement, I'm not looking for anyone yet. So I press start session, okay? And I'm going to start with the right hand due to a matter of dominant hand, and that's it. And I throw, let's say, 18. Okay, that was my maximum strength. And now I switch to the left, let's not forget. And I throw 16. That's my maximum strength. Let's record it. So I press save, and here I'm going to select climb. All, save, and it gives me an initial average. And I can analyze this average. I can say, let's see how I am. A difference of 6.7 is within the physiological range. The non-physiological would be more than 10%, and pathological would be 15 or 20. This could be, for example, due to injuries or other situations that we won't discuss now. I take the radio, and that's it. So let's suppose that's my measurement, right? And I measure myself today, and I'm going to start training tomorrow. So tomorrow I do my recruitment, I do everything else. Important. When you are going to measure maximum strength, obviously you have to do an activation beforehand. You can't just arrive and pull, because it will also undervalue the measurement. You need to have activated. I already talked a bit about recruitment and warm-up, and that takes about 15-20 minutes before you can do a peak load. Therefore, if you're going to do a peak load, you need to activate, you need to have recruited, you need to have warmed up. Don't just do it like that without preparation. But let's suppose a day has passed and I go another day and set up a new session. So now, since I already have a measurement, I look for myself. So I go here and search for climb, all, and press. So now I am in climb all, I am on my curve. So now I set up a new session, and you notice that I am in climb all. This means that any measurement I make now will be here. So I press right, throw again, and besides that, that line tells me how much I threw before, what my maximum was. Then I throw again, and new record. Perfect. Better from one day to the next. That's not the case, because many times when people start working on strength and speed, it's simply due to neuromuscular coordination. Then I throw again with the other one. Oh, I also did more. Wow, man, I improved more with one hand and the other, but it doesn't matter. I press save. I'm already in climb all, and I press save. Accept. And it starts giving me the curve. Let's suppose that I let another day pass, another day already, and I go back to climbing. So since before climbing, I had measured a peak load, I'm going to press new session again, because I'm already in climb all. Start session, I go right and throw again. So I'm going to throw and see what has happened. So I throw, and I got up to there. Then the left, and I throw, and it gave me that. And there I say, what happened here? I lower it a bit. So I hit save. I'm already in climb all. Accept, save. And it keeps giving me the curve. And there I see that the curve dropped a bit. Reasons? because the curves go up and down, up and down. This you have to look at it in the long term. And it could be that just that day I was already tired, had accumulated fatigue, whatever. Well, 2 days passed again. I do a new session again. I'm back in climb all, start session from the new right. I throw again and throw. And it gave me 20. Oh, I broke the record again. I throw with the left, throw. Oh, another record again. And both are similar. I record again. I continue in climb all, save. And it's already giving me a curve that starts to globalize. I'm going to make another curve again. Start session, right? I throw again, and now it gave me that. I throw again. And now it gave me that. I record again. I accept again and save. And it keeps giving me the curve, and this curve seems to be ascending. If you look at it globally, it seems to be ascending. I throw again, start session, again to the right. I throw again. Oh, I made a new record. I throw again with the left. Oh, I made a new record. And I hit save, again claim, accept, save. And definitely my curve is going upwards. Let's suppose that on a certain day, the next day I do it again, but I got injured. So nah, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I throw to the left again and throw. And let's suppose I throw and do this. I do here. I make 16, and in the other, I also make 16. I hit save, again accept, again save. And the curve looks, it was very, very low, okay? So what I can do is say, look, something bad happened that day. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to edit it, edit, and I'm going to add some comment. I'll put injury, update. So I already know that on that day, if I ask what happened that day, I can click on it. Data ta tam. And I can open it and see the comments. Here it is. Sorry. Here it is. Injury. It means that on that day I had injuries, and probably that's why I did so little. And I can keep doing it like this. Now, let's suppose another situation. Let's suppose I go and a friend took my toy. He says, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you. So my friend comes and does this. And he does it with the other, so and records himself. Then later I realize and discover that. And I say to him, hey, but my friend, how could you do this to me? You messed up the curve because that's not my data. It's very easy. I know this was the one your friend did, right? I have two possibilities. I press 3 little dots here and delete it, or I simply delete it here, okay? And by deleting it, watch what will happen to the curve. It becomes my curve again. If I have a measurement that I don't like for some reason, because that day I had injured myself, that day I threw more than I should have or whatever, for some situation that I don't like, I can keep recording measurements in order for the curve to be something more real. And that is regarding how we generate a curve, which is a curve that you can follow for almost a year. And I have a curve that is practically a year of measurements of what's happening with me. And I can draw conclusions knowing that after a trip, my finger strength drops a lot, that when I do endurance strength work, my curve tends to flatten, to decrease a bit. And then that even after that endurance strength work, when I apply a heavy repeater, my curve rises more, etc., etc., etc. Therefore, apply this type of knowledge, not just to know how much strength you have, but what more happens with this strength over time. There you have knowledge. How to measure your maximum strength with index and with your 2025 block, and what happens with your maximum strength over time. This is fundamental for you to see if your training is working, if you are improving, if you are getting worse, if you are stagnating, whatever it may be. Knowing what happens over time and being able to look at it and really objectively know what is happening is fundamental to know if the training you are doing is the right one or not. So guys, if you liked it, give it a like. It helps me a lot. Subscribe if you haven't done so. How have you not done it? With all the information I'm going to give you. And we continue talking about science, finger strength, and anything related to climbing. A hug. Bye-bye.